What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to the next episode of It's Better Than You Think. Today I did want to take a look at a pretty weird SMG, the Yellow Jacket. Now this weapon is obtained from Jack and Sign, the most favoritist boss of everybody in the entire Borderlands community. Honestly, he's not too bad. I am going to be doing a zero build called Hunter Titan Zero soon, which will deal with Jack and Sign, and the strategy that I use can be used on all characters. He's really not that bad when you know what you need to do. Whenever I get that video out, I will link it in the description if you want to check that out, because Jack and Sign does drop this at a 33% rate, and the Yellow Jacket is kind of on theme with the Pyrophobia and the Kerblaster. It's more of a fun off-meta weapon. It's definitely viable, its damage is good, but it's kind of hard to use because it shoots slow-moving projectiles. And according to Loot Lemon, they just turn invisible, they don't actually disappear. And it says they bounce off the first surface they hit. Kind of an awkward weapon, but it's definitely viable. I find it to be the best on Mai because she can hold enemies still with phase lock, and she has the legendary cat to really crank up the damage. The accuracy doesn't really matter to me because again, Mai can hold the enemies still. Now, for the Yellow Jacket, you could use, of course, the Bone is going to be really good for it. It is locked to shock. You could also use the Hyperion Allegiance Relic with damage and accuracy improvements to help that initial spray. But since Mai really relies on getting her action skill back faster, I'm just going to run the Bone. And we'll go ahead and compare the Yellow Jacket to the non-unique version, the Plasma Caster. Now, the Plasma Caster is obviously one of the best non-uniques in the entire game. It's incredibly good, and I do actually consider the Yellow Jacket to be a downgrade compared to the Plasma Caster, just because it's so hard to actually land all of the crits. Like, it's much easier to crit with the regular Plasma Caster than it is with the Yellow Jacket. But that said, the Yellow Jacket does actually have better damage and magazine size. Again, not a meta weapon, not, a weapon you would use for efficiency, but kind of on theme for the weapons I've been doing, which are fun, viable, but off-meta weapons. It does also have a really gorgeous skin. That's one of the best weapon skins in this series, in my opinion. Now, I did come to the unassuming docks here. If you guys have seen my TD or Axton video, I will link that in the description. I covered the elemental weaknesses of the skeletons in this DLC. And long story short, non-elemental and shock are the only damage types that the skeletons don't resist. And since non-elemental cannot be boosted by a Bone of the Ancients, I consider shock to be the best damage to use against these skeletons. They actually take neutral damage from slag as well, but slag cannot gain the full slag multiplier. So in my opinion, shock is the best damage type, so we'll go ahead and use it here. I'm also going to use a slag singularity to try to hold the enemies still so I can actually hit them, because again, this weapon does good damage, again, if you can consistently land crits. But it's just hard because of how slow moving the projectiles are. But obviously, Mai and Zero can both boost projectile speed, so again, I consider it to be the best on Mai. Zero can use it pretty effectively. I'm going to do a run with him as well because of velocity. Axton can use it pretty effectively. The Yellow Jacket does gain grenade splash damage bonuses. I believe it's plus 70%, and the regular Plasma Caster is only plus 50%. So it is viable on Axton, but I definitely found it harder to use on him. But if you're looking for a kind of fun, wacky option, you could try it out. But we'll go ahead and get started here. See my skills and no bar. I'm going to be relying on getting my action skill back quickly to hold these guys still. You could maybe do like a blurred trickster build. I'm not sure how the projectile would behave with that. Because again, according to Loot Lemon, they don't disappear, they just turn invisible. And it said they bounce off the first surface they hit, and then after that they explode on contact, dealing grenade splash damage. But whatever, let's get started here. So again, you can just see it's so hard to see what's going on, dude. But it does deal really good damage. Oh, when you can actually hit your target, man. Oh my god, that was horrible. But again, that's why I consider this to be the best on Mai, because she can just hold dudes still. So I mean, look at that damage. It just rips dudes up whenever. Oh my god, what was that throw? He's not getting disrupted, but whatever. We'll go ahead and take him out. Nope, I cannot see. The visual pollution is so bad, I almost got down there. Wow. Okay, so yeah, basically, this thing packs a massive punch if you can actually land all the shots as criticals, but it also creates quite the light show, so you can barely see what you're doing. And with Mr. Bony Pants guy being so tiny, I'm worried about how this is gonna go too. Alright, let's try to gather some dudes up here. Again, you just cannot see what you're shooting. Maybe it's better to just try to hip fire it, actually. Yeah, well, it's a little bit better. It's still not great. Oh, okay, go ahead and take this guy out. Yeah, maybe the Blurred Trickster would have been better. So, yeah, with his little tiny oh, I got stuck on the terrain. So let's go ahead and phase lock him again, take this guy out. It's actually doing pretty decent damage against that armored skeleton. Okay, I gotta stop messing around here before I get downed, actually. So let's go ahead and kill him. Yeah, you just cannot see crap. So definitely more of a fun weapon to mess around with. Probably wouldn't be my first choice for efficiency. All right, let's go ahead and kill Mr. Bony Pants guy. He's actually being really resilient. His small stature is actually helping him a lot here. Again, I hate whenever the freaking singularities do not work because enemies are in attack animations. But yeah, you can see when you land the crits, it's very, very effective. They're not very ammo efficient though. Part of that is being exacerbated by my inability to take out Mr. Bony Pants guy. And again, maybe I should just focus on hip firing. He didn't get psyched from that, are you kidding me? There we go. Yeah, I mean, really, really good damage. So yeah, basically packs a massive punch, but is very unwieldy to use, which is what, never mind, let's just go. And honestly, like, you don't even necessarily have to land crits because it does enough damage without them. But whenever you do, it just, wow, it's just great damage. So I do recommend using this weapon the most on Mai, and if you're not using it on Mai, I would recommend using it against loaders as they are slower moving, so you can actually hit them. For like speedy bandits and stuff, it's just going to be super, super hard to hit your shots. Again, Mai, it's not going to be a problem with her since she can hold enemies still. But for Zero and Axton, I would recommend using it to fight loaders. I'm not sure how Gage does with weapons that have a natural ricochet ability. Somebody who's more knowledgeable about Gage maybe can let me know if they're good to use with her, if they're bad. This is another weapon. It's kind of like the Kerblaster, where its damage is almost on a delay because of how slow the projectiles initially move. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but we do get plus 40% bullet speed, which is not as massive as velocity, but is something. So let's get all these guys to spawn in here. Let's just try to target some of these guys while he's face locked. Oh no, I didn't spec enough into what is that skill called? That increases the duration of face lock. So probably better to just take them out, to take out the targeted enemy. Wasn't going for crits there. Gonna take him out. Yeah, probably better just to hip fire. Yeah, I know Jackenstein is a notoriously hated boss, but honestly, I don't mind him. Like I said, I'm gonna do that Zero build soon, and I'll show a good strategy for beating him. There's also a way to cheese him if you just can't do the fight. There's an invincibility spot. Let's not let that guy take me out. Oh, he disrupted that guy for me. That was nice of him. But yeah, for the easiest way to take him out, I would come in with a shock Lauda and a corrosive Lauda for the bots. I think he's weak to shock damage, and a, you know, nice precise weapon to take him out will be good. So let's see how it does against him. Oh, wow. Actually, yeah. Oh, very nearly got him in one magazine, and that guy can be pretty damn tough. So this weapon was almost like custom made for Mai, since she can mitigate its weaknesses and, you know, amplify its strengths. Definitely one of the best character, or definitely the best character for this weapon. Again, I do also like it on Zero and Axton. More so on Zero because of his damage and velocity. Axton does have that synergy with his ability to increase the grenade splash damage. But I didn't find, it's definitely not one of my favorite weapons to use on him, but it is a viable option. So I think these guys resist shock damage, so it's probably not going to be able to work against him. Yeah. Don't know if I have anything to deal with him with. Actually, I've got the old Terrible. The old Terrible. I've got the old Reliable, the Unkempt Herald, so we'll just go ahead and use that. Actually, I'll leave him alive so he can distract the other guys. But yeah, I mean, excellent, excellent damage. And do keep in mind that you're not... Again, it's like the Kerblaster, where the damage is a little bit delayed from the trigger pull. And I am wasting a bit of ammo that way, so I could... There we go. There we go, nice. Yeah, I mean, that damage is just really, really good. I really like this DLC. I know a lot of people don't like the enemies in this DLC. I'm going to try to get back to doing some builds that are, you know, showing the different ways to deal with these guys. They can be annoying if you just approach them with conventional gun builds, but there's a lot of good strategies for dealing with them. Obviously, stuff with splash damage is pretty good. The Herald, TDR and Torg weaponry and builds are good here. Launcher-based builds. Axton can do some, you know, fun grenade-based builds here. Maybe I'll get back to showing some of that stuff. Dang. I better not let this guy kill me. Stop messing around, dude. Try to get our phase lock bonus off there. There we go. Underestimated that guy and I almost got downed. There we go. So yeah, not super ammo efficient, but I'm also not playing very conservatively with it. But again, that's what ammo crates are for. And as I always mention, during the normal gameplay, you're not limiting yourself to one weapon. You're using all the tools at your disposal. So like I've said in the past, that is kind of one disadvantage to these types of weapon review videos, is that something, well, like I said, I really like about this game, that it's balanced around using all the tools at your disposal and, you know, having each of your gear slots to do something, right? To do an important job. But it does mean you're at a little bit of a disadvantage whenever running one weapon through everything. Alright, so see, whenever they hop around, you're just not going to be able to hit them. Almost got him. See, that's whenever I start trying to save ammo, then they ended up surviving longer. So I'll probably clear this area out and then head on over to the Zero run. Again, these ironclad skeletons are pretty tough, so taking him out that fast is really nice. So let's go ahead and take out this rock golem. Again, I underestimated that. Whoa, dude just juked me out. Oh my gosh, this guy. Okay, he is a survivor. Dang. Alright, so let's get this guy's sword. You can grab their swords before you down them. Oh, is that another one? Come here, Mr. Sword Guy. Oh, seriously? Where's the prompt to grab his sword? Okay, I guess I am gonna have to kill him first. Jeez, if he doesn't kill me anyway. See, that's why I love Life Tap. I just got healed back to full there. This guy's really giving me trouble. He's still not downed? Are you serious? There he goes. Jeez. Alright, there. Got that guy. Then we'll finish these guys off and head on over to Zero. Like I said, if you're going to use this weapon, not with my slower moving targets are going to be easier to deal with, like loaders. That would be my recommendation anyway. Yeah, again, whenever you're having to fight enemies from far away, it's just really, really hard to use this thing. When they're moving around that much anyway. Another day, another me complaining about singularities not disrupting enemies when they're in attack animation. Again, it's just so hard to track through that visual pollution, gosh. Alright, come on, dude. There we go. Alright, so yeah, Yellow Jacket. Surprisingly devastating weapon, which you can actually hit something, but pretty unwieldy to actually use. So I'll remember to show my bar. Sometimes I forget to show it just because I don't ever play with it, so sometimes it doesn't occur to me. But alright, let's head on over to Zero. And here we are with Zero. I am going to go ahead and use what Loot Lemon considers to be the perfect version here. With the I was not using the perfect version. Blockade, Longbow Slag Transfusion. I'm going to go with Chaotic Neutral Rogue for the magazine size and fire rate bonuses. And the skill bonuses will be nice too. Shockbone, again, you could use the Hyperion Allegiance Relic. I don't know if I have one here. For Zero, just getting his action skill back fast is just so good. I don't want to lose that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here. And like I said, Zero being able to boost the projectile speed is nice. It's still, so see, really good damage there. It's still pretty unwieldy just because it's so hard to actually see what the frick is happening. because of the light show that this thing creates. I don't, oh, can this weapon bore? Actually, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it was boring there. So yeah, at longer range, probably not ideal. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that damage is really, really good. See, he wasn't slagged, so that's why he's surviving more. But we'll go ahead and take him out. I've also noticed in this room, if you kill those 3 guys without moving forward enough, then there's like a delay on the other spawns here. I feel like I was getting shot from behind. Okay, so we got a hot loader here. Yeah, I don't think this weapon can bore. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did it bore there? I don't know. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, again, damage-wise, very good. Just very, very difficult to actually hit what you're aiming at. Go ahead and take him out. And I know I've been using Washburn a lot lately. I'm going to get back to some other parts of the game. But Washburn is just really convenient. It's just easy to get to and densely packed with one type of enemy. For doing weapon tests, it's nice. But like I said, I am going to take it out of the rotation for a while. I like to rotate in and out certain maps, you know. I'll definitely get back to other parts of the game. Like, loaders are a common enemy type, like, during the story, but there's not a lot of places I can think of where you can actually just go and fight them, as far as, you know, maps. Well, I guess I could have done the Hyperion Slaughter. Oh, and that would have had humanoid enemies too, though, which would not be great for this. So yeah, I don't think this weapon can bore. It may just be that it's... I mean, it looks like they're going through them, so I don't know, man. I don't think it can, but like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. And we are very low on ammo now, partially because of the weapon's inherent ammo inefficiency, partially because of my... I'm essentially having to spray and pray with this thing. So yeah, kind of almost a challenge weapon, but I don't know if that's fair to call it that, because it does deal devastating damage. It's almost like a cursed weapon with, you know, it does have great damage, but it's just super difficult to actually land crits. At the same time, it doesn't really need crits to kill. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to hip fire. I believe Alpha said that these guys actually take increased critical damage on their eye weak spot compared to their arms. So I didn't actually realize that. And I did choose the chaotic neutral rogue just because I wasn't confident that I'd be able to consistently land crits with this. So I would at least still get the fire rate and mag size bonuses right. So yeah, I mean, really good damage. But, you know, it is definitely inferior to the normal Hyperion Plasma Caster. Even though, I mean, it does technically have better damage, but again, it's just really hard to actually take advantage of it. Depending on your character. Again, for mine, Zero, it's a little bit easier. Pick up that off the ground to get ammo back. For other characters, they don't really have a way to hold enemies still or to increase projectile speed, so it's a little bit more difficult for them. And it being a shock weapon, at least it is going to be good at stripping shields. Shock is almost as much of a multiplier as Slag. So Slag gives you triple damage. Shock actually gives you 250% damage. So that's almost 300%. And Shock deals neutral damage. Like, there's nothing that Shock is weak against, right? Nothing resists Shock. I mean, there's certain special enemies that do, but like, as far as general elemental damage types, Shock is basically neutral to everything. Yeah, there we go, nice. And again, it is going to be good for those skeletons because Shock is basically the best damage type to use against them. So yeah, when enemies move, it's just really hard to actually hit them. Go ahead and take him out with Killing Blow. Such a sexy sound, dude. Oh, got stomped. Oh, not good, not good, not good, not good. Come to me, hearts. Thank you. May have been able to take that guy out in one magazine if I could actually land all the crits. Potential. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Damn. Let's see if we can take him out with Killing Blow. All right, there we go. Sure. Oh, we got some ammo there. Yeah, again, that is partially an inherent property of the weapon, and that is also partially on me. So let's see if we can gather enough ammo to continue forward up here. Oh, there's a bunch of ammo crates through this door anyway. Yeah, ammo is very, very easy to get back in this game for the most part. There's some niche circumstances with some, you know, niche weapons that genuinely have ammo consumption problems. But it does tend to not be the case. You know, this weapon might be good for, like, the wildlife preserve, because there's a lot of enemies that are kind of hard to crit there. So maybe just sending a whole bunch of rounds downrange that don't really need to crit to deal a lot of damage could be good. So yeah, we're back up to over 600 rounds now. I about started to phase lock that guy. Man, that visual pollution. Seriously, I'm so spoiled with the slag pimpernel. I'm so used to it slagging in one shot that I actually get mad when it doesn't. Which again is partially because I'm using it with velocity. It is hurting it a bit, but it's still, you know, plenty good enough for loaders with their bigger bodies. I'm trying to avoid his eye blast, and this is making me take forever to kill him. Alright, there we go. Nice, nice. Almost out of ammo again. Again, partially a skill issue because I'm struggling a bit to hit shots. But there we go, gobbling that ammo back up. So I do like to take suggestions for these weapon reviews. And if I take into consideration if it's something I want to cover, if I think it would be good to cover. But if you want to make me, if you become a Veracity Slayer, you can choose one and I'll do it. So, you know, if you chose the Bane, I would just have to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take him out. Almost out of ammo again. I really should be playing better. This is partially, this is a lot my own fault here. Okay, so I know I might just have to run up here to the ammo vendor and buy some ammo. Definitely not a long haul weapon. All right, there we go. We got 200 rounds. That guy chased me down here. Crap. Oh, he dropped us some more ammo though. Okay, I am absolutely surrounded. Oh gosh, this is a death sentence. So if this thing could bore, this would be an excellent position here. Yeah, it just can't bore. If it could bore, it would have, you know, destroyed those guys. Which, I mean, it killed them quickly, but I really don't think it's boring. Well, I just heard the sounds like it did. Who knows, man? I can't see anything. Look at the brightness of those, dude. Holy crap. I literally just cannot see anything. I'm just gonna have to go buy ammo. Holy crap. All right, let's hurry up here. OP-10 ammo, so expensive. Oh my gosh, I'm playing so bad. I cannot believe I didn't get downed there. Really shameful performance today. There we go. All right, let's go redeem ourselves. Yeah, I had to run up here to get ammo, and then I allowed myself to get surrounded, and then with the visual pollution that this thing creates, I just couldn't see crap. Again, just so hard to see. Come on, come on, come on. So yeah, slag wore off of him. And then again, you can't tell that slag is wearing off because... oh my god, this guy's on the ground. God. This is really, really shameful. Again, I can't tell if these guys are slagged because of the visual pollution, dude. Alright, we got this, we got this. So see, that's what happens when I try not to waste ammo. I end up stopping shooting too soon. Okay, so far and away my worst performance through this room ever, but we're just gonna not talk about this and we're gonna continue forward. Most people stop watching after the first run anyway, so... Even though I do like doing multiple runs, I know a few of you prefer it when I do multiple runs. Most people only watch the first one, but I like doing longer ones anyway, even if it's gonna hurt the retention a bit. All right, so the real challenge is going to be finishing this with the ammo I have on hand. So again, the weapon is ammo inefficient, but I've also just been playing really, really sloppily. Wow. I might actually die here. Yep. Alright, so hopefully I can get a second win with this thing. With the Hyperion reverse recoil, I should be able to. Yeah, this thing cannot bore. That would have been a death sentence if it could. Okay, so probably my worst performance yet on the channel for mobbing. And it's to the point where I'm like, should I just go ahead and redo it? Because, you know, I like I said before, I don't cherry pick runs. But if it's at the point to where I feel like the weapon is performing poorly because of my own play style, because of how I'm playing, then that's whenever I do feel like I should redo it. But whatever, we're just gonna keep going, and I got downed again. Holy crap, man. Yeah, so again, like I said, it's not a meta weapon, but it is plenty viable. This is mostly just me being a really incompetent player right now. But sometimes that's just how it goes. You just have those days where you don't play as well. So it is what it is. Yeah, I showed the full potential of it on the Maya run, so whatever, we'll go ahead and keep this. I don't really have time to redo it anyway if I want to get this video out today. Alright, so they both spawned on either side of me. I really hope I have enough ammo to finish this. Oh, and I just applied a dot to myself. Dude, I promise I'm not playing that on purpose. I'm just really struggling today, man. Okay, so yeah, you could take him out in one magazine, theoretically, if you could land all the shots, if you could land all crits, you know. Okay, so where is this guy? He's circling around the rock. Alright, got him nice and slagged up and kunai'd up. Let's avoid those shots. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take out Hurley. If we have enough ammo. Oh, wow. Yeah, his shield just got destroyed. Let's shoot him in the dick. There we go, almost got him. Can't see, can't see. There we go. Yeah, we should have enough ammo to finish this. But yeah, I know some of you guys appreciate the multiple characters, and like I said, I do like doing it more with multiple characters. I just mentioned the retention because if, like obviously if a video has worse retention, it's less likely to get pushed by the algorithm. So it'll hurt the reach some, but you know, ultimately I would rather do what I find to be more fun, and what, you know, my people who are bigger, you know, fans of my videos will enjoy the multiple runs, I think. So I'm not super concerned with it. I am gonna start streaming soon. Give me a week or so. I should be ready to start doing it. Just took that guy out really fast. See if we get anything good in this chest back here. That thing is actually decent. I've got a purple version before from Hatterax, which was really good. Okay, but yeah, there is the yellow jacket. Devastating damage. Very hard to actually take advantage of in practice. Sorry for the horrible performance today, guys, but I do think it's good to show my bad performances too, because we're all human and we all have bad days sometimes. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Really appreciate the channel members. Extra special thanks to Legenwerdna for being a Veracity Slayer. Really appreciate the support, man. Oh yeah, like I said, if there's a weapon you want me to do, for sure, you can become a Veracity Slayer too and pick one. And if not, just leave your suggestions, and I do often do those as well. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I hope to see you next time.